Hi. What the fuck? I can't do it. Joe, you need to find a new friend to do podcast with. I can't do this. This start thing.
Okay, this is the advert. I need someone who can actually follow through and not get premature nerves.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome to me. Only me.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to our podcast.
Lez-Come-Together.
I'm Jana.
And I'm Jo.
Hi, Joe.
Oh, Jan, it's good to see you.
And you, darling, I'm sorry. I just can't get these. Actually, I am so excited today and I just can't contain it. And it's showing, isn't it?
Yeah, you got too much to get out. But can I just say how great you are looking? You're looking really rested and healthy. So how are you, Jana?
I'm fabulous. I am on cloud 9, girl.
Which is such a change from where we were last pod. We had loads of people worrying about you. So what's changed? Talk to us.
I know. I had people reach out actually after the last pod. Just the way I started on the pod and just said, hi, Joe. You picked up on it straight away, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then I was honest about how I feel. And God knows I felt shit. I was low, man.
Right.
I don't remember feeling that low for a long time.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, quite a few people actually were worried and reached out and said, we hope you're okay. And actually, it was quite nice of you to be honest and say how you feel. And
Yeah.
that made me
You
feel
can't
good.
all be great all the time.
Exactly. And
But you are now great.
I am. And what a difference 1 week away makes, right?
But it wasn't just a week away
It
because you
wasn't.
have hundreds of weeks away. Trust me, I know. I try and pod with you. But it wasn't that. So what was so different this time?
The difference was that we went away for a yoga/meditation retreat. And to be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect from it. I wasn't the one that wanted to go either. It was Molly, and she talked me into it. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. And I would not change that experience for anything. It was one of the best weeks of my life.
Wow.
Yeah, 100%.
So tell us, I mean, what did you find yoga or what was it that made it so amazing?
It's really interesting, actually, because I used to do a little bit of yoga, but I never enjoyed it. You know me, I like going to the gym, lifting weights,
Right.
heavy stuff. I don't do stretching. That's nah. So yoga was never my thing, but then Molly found somewhere locally. It's called Kundalini Yoga.
Oh, so something that sounds like cunnilingus and you're enjoying it. No wonder.
I wasn't sure.
Cannellini.
Okay.
Sounds like a pasta. Would you like cannellini with your...
Hey, girl, don't be disrespectful.
Sorry.
It's a serious thing.
Sorry, right. Come back to what's so great.
Anyway, I thought I'll give it a go. And she was going to a yurt with super special person, Georgie. He was a teacher of this Kundalini Yoga. But unfortunately, she wasn't his. So when I went, there was a completely different teacher. And don't get me wrong, she was lovely and all that. But Molly was like, it wasn't exactly what I wanted for you. But did you enjoy it? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, which means no, but...
It was very strange. So Kundalini Yoga isn't much about movement. It's about breathing technique and
Right.
going in and meditating. A lot of breathing, breath of fire and stuff. I was like, this is a bit weird. But then I thought, you know what? I'll give it another go and go and see this Georgie. I went to see Georgie and it was just, honestly, most amazing experience. I felt so good. So I started going more and more, not as much as Molly. But then Georgie left, new teacher come, and I'm like, oh, this is a big change, but I'll try it again. And it was Lisa, who teaches slightly differently, but equally amazing. So these two girls decided to do a retreat together. So we signed up and we went, and I will never regret that because it was the most beautiful experience. And don't get me wrong, first couple of days, I called it a boot camp.
What? Yoga's all relaxing and restful. Why boot camp?
It is, but you know I'm not an early bird.
Oh,
We were up at 6:20 every morning.
right.
For a whole week, watched the sunrise, and then 7 o'clock was the first meditation.
Wow.
And there was 2 or 3 more during the day as well. So there was quite a lot. We did walking in between, different workshops. So it was a lot, but it was every single thing we did was amazing.
And you talked about it being about the inner you. So do you feel you got to find a bit more peace? Is that where you're the difference in how you're feeling? Or was it the fact that you had such a great time?
I think it's a combination of so many things. So
Okay.
first of all, we were in Pyrenees Mountains on this farm, 1,000 meters up in the air. So when you woke up, you were above the clouds. The sunrise was beautiful. And then you're surrounded by 2 amazing teachers, Lisa and Georgie, and 11 other women who were there with us, who were just incredible human beings, every single one of them.
So wait a minute. You were surrounded by 11 women. Oh, now I understand. So there's no men around at all.
Oh, no, I knew you'd pick up on that. Listen, it wasn't like that at all.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, it was open to men as well. No men signed up.
Okay. Yeah.
We all got on with it without the men.
Really? Funny that.
And I think in the end, everyone was actually quite happy that all we had was this unbelievable female energy.
Yeah.
People were just like so
empathetic.
Yeah,
empathic.
People with loads of empathy.
Yeah.
And everyone really looked out for each other and helped each other. And yeah, it was like beautiful female energy.
Right. And wanted to support the other person to feel fix in some way, to deal with something they brought to that.
The best way to put it, Jo, there was absolutely no egos in that group. No
Wonderful.
egos. Everyone left their egos, if they even had any. They're such wonderful people.
Brilliant.
And we just, got on. But I think it's the meditation, like, Kundalini yoga is like about sort of aligning your chakras.
Your chakras.
Chakras.
Right, what are they?
You're going to ask me, aren't you? There's 7 chakras.
Right.
And it's like, I'm going to get this wrong.
Well, that's fine.
There's like a root chakra, which is the bottom of your spine.
Right.
And this is the most important chakra, because if that one is not in the right place or you not feel grounded, nothing else is good. But if you are grounded with your root chakra, things start aligning slowly.
So it takes your body and starts to make sure that it's feeling right, which is also a metaphor for your soul. I'm getting from that for you.
It basically goes up your spine.
So the 7 phases all on your spine.
Well, pretty much. Yeah. Well, it starts at the bottom of your spine.
My bum.
Your bottom, literally.
Yeah.
And then it goes up through sacral chakra,
Right.
which is like your sexual organs.
Oh, does it? Oh, yeah, no wonder you had such a good time.
Then solar plexus, which is your tummy.
Right.
And the fire within your tummy.
Right.
Then into your heart.
Okay.
Into your throat. Into your third eye.
Oh.
And out through your crown. It's amazing. It spirals through your spine, basically. Like a snake, I think they say.
Okay.
Speaking to Georgie, she said sometimes you could spend a whole life trying to align your chakras and it'll never happen. So actually, even in this retreat, we worked on a different chakra every day. And you feel the difference, you really do. But to align them all, it's like a life's work.
But that's where you're trying to get to. Because if they're aligned, you're at peace and you're
exactly.
basically hovering above the rest of us.
But you really have to meditate a lot. And I don't have time for that, unfortunately. No. So I'm going to do my best, but yeah.
And have you come back and continued?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Nowhere near as much as I should be.
Right.
Try my best.
Got in the way.
Yeah, it does.
So would you tell everybody about the fact that this retreat had a day when you weren't meant... It was the silence day?
It was a day of silence, yes.
Now, Molly tells it differently to you. Tell us a bit about the day of silence.
It was difficult. Look, Georgia and Lisa, they thought as a part of this, it would be good to have a day of silence.
Because it's about hearing the inner you, so you should be listening.
Just go in... Right. On yourself and stay with your thoughts. Well, that's not easy for me, babe, is it?
No.
I mean, remember, I'm surrounded by all these women and we all like talking. I love talking to women.
Yeah.
That was hard. I did well, honestly. Most of the day I did well, but I did take myself out for a walk with one of the girls, Katrine.
And did you talk?
We did not talk, but we made a lot of noises.
Oh my God, that sounds so dodgy. You don't mean that. You mean as in you were using noises to communicate. Molly, nothing to hear here.
Yeah. So what? Yes. How do I get out of this? So what I meant, Katrine was I really got on really well with Katrine, and she said, meaning, do you want to go for a walk?
This is no good on a podcast. She used her fingers to do the walking movement, and Jana obviously went, which meant yes. Okay.
That was kind of noises. I mean, you're really not supposed to make these noises either. Silence is silence,
communicating, right?
But we just didn't want to break the rule, and we didn't want to talk, so we made these noises on this walk, and we laughed all the way through. Like, honestly, we didn't speak, but we did make noises, which...
And honestly, laughing is some of the best medicine you can have in life. So we give you that.
I felt so good after that walk. Absolutely amazing.
Wow, there you go. So why we're talking about this obviously is because it's the last big thing you did, but also we were going to cover why today, weren't we?
We were, which, falls under yoga, meditation. And I can only recommend, honestly, I don't know if it's a middle-aged women thing or men or
Were
whatever.
they all your sort of age?
Yes.
Ah,
Other than there was one, I don't know if I can mention names.
well, you can if you want to, but I just say one then who was young.
There was one of the girls there, Claire, also middle-aged like myself, who had her daughter there, who was 19, and I think she loved it. So it wasn't really just for middle-aged people, but
interesting.
it happened that, we were pretty much all middle-aged.
Ah.
So maybe the retreat is a middle-aged thing. And you know what? Do it. Do it. It's worth it.
I think that's brilliant
I feel
advice.
$1 million, honestly.
But what was interesting about this, so we saw you at the weekend and you and Molly were both raving about it. Obviously, Molly was a bit disappointed with your inner silence day. She felt you'd let that
Failed.
go. But the whole idea is you get out of it what you need, and that was right for you. But you'd mentioned that there were some people on the retreat that had come to also work out, how they might want to change their life, because maybe there's some things back home that aren't quite how they'd want them to be. And use the example of people that maybe had created an environment where they did more than their share of the housework, for example, and the home stuff. And I made fatal mistake of saying, that's great that they now come to this retreat and realise this isn't the life they maybe wanted, and now they're going to have to go back and try and change stuff. But they themselves have been responsible for creating that. And you can't just blame your other half, male or female, that you've created this.
No.
And Vicky turned to me and went, well, things are going to have to change around here then. And I was like, oh, no, what have I done? And she was like, it's not, you don't do enough. And we had quite a domestic about this.
Shit, sorry.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Did the day of silence follow?
Yeah, we decided to have an inner day of silence. No, we talked about it. But it's true, right? What's happened a bit in our house is that Vicky's taken the lion's share and that's not working for her anymore, but it works for me. So we now have to find a better way forward because it has to work for both of us.
It has to. It just has to. And I think, maybe you could go on a retreat.
I think Vicky needs it more than me. But what's interesting about that is that I've middle-aged forgotten my train of thought.
It's okay. I'll come back to you. All I want to say while you're thinking,
thank you,
is that I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to Georgie and Lissa putting this together and just making us feel like, it was such a safe space. You could talk about anything. You could be yourself. We were all very respectful to all the meditation we've done, but we took away so many tools where we are now able to cope with our stress of life. Like, I know what to do. It's like a simple thing. When I'm at work and it's a tough day, Georgie said, when you come back, Jana, just go in the room where there's no one. Just brush yourself off. Just brush it all off.
Like
just breathe it out.
physically.
Physically, brush it off.
Great.
Breathe. Just be with yourself for a minute. Brush it all off. And, it works. It bloody works.
And honestly, that's a toolbox. That's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I think you're going to probably still need every year or so to do this to
I'm going next year, baby.
Brilliant.
And nothing's stopping me. I even said if I have to leave job because they don't give me annual leave, I am leaving. That retreat, I am going to be there.
Brilliant. Oh, well, there you go, everybody. It's massive yes from Jana.
Yep.
So I think really important. And I think that's really like the place you were in a couple of weeks before that, and this was the point I forgot earlier, that place was starting to get a bit dark.
Yep.
And it can feel, as we know, because we talked about it, that there is nothing but that. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. And within a 2-week period with just that retreat, you turned that round to feeling like everything is... So there's hope for everybody, right?
100%. I'll just give you one little example. There was we were talking about creativity, and people are so good at putting themselves down, like, I'm not creative. And then like they talk to you about things and they make you realize that actually I am. And of course I am. We do this pod. We do editing. I put videos online.
It's massively creative.
Why do I forget that I am? I was like, when Georgie asked me, what is your creativity? I was like, nothing. And then we started talking about it. Of course I'm creative. And there was one girl that was always put down by other people about not being creative enough. And I think it was a teacher at school, actually, that did it to her. And really, like, it was so emotional the way she spoke about it. And then one day we were doing this meditation, and it was all about throat and singing and making noises and stuff. And out of nowhere, this girl burst into this song, and we just all stood there like, wow. And it was beautiful. It was emotional, and she never did that before, but she just stood there and sang her heart out. It was the most beautiful moment.
And there was lots of tears. You were saying this was there were lots of tears.
Yeah, just meditation brings out all sorts of things. So you do get very emotional, people cry or whatever. But these two angels, our teachers, were there to calm you down, to guide you through. It was absolutely amazing.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel totally inspired to get into this chakra raka. I mean, it's nothing to do with there be 11 lesbians with me up in the period. Oh no, shit, that's wrong.
Excuse me.
Well, once they've met me.
No, I don't know. I haven't asked, but as far as I know, they're all straight women.
Ah,
but so spaghetti before you put it in a boiling water. Sorry, ladies, I apologise. I couldn't help that joke.
Oh, I love that joke.
Oh, you never heard it?
No. So spaghetti before you put in boiling water. Yeah. And you're you are comparing spending time with you with getting in boiling water.
Yes.
Perfect.
Listen, yes, that, and I keep forgetting what I want to say because you keep changing subject, but there was something...
now your moment. Take it down.
Oh, yeah. It's really important that, if you go into a retreat like this, it is very intimate.
Okay, now we get the truth, people. Come on then, yeah. What do you mean?
Well, there were some sessions where you actually not only had to you would have to find a partner and hold hands, and you singing mantras, and you're looking into each other's eyes.
You're singing mantras.
Yes.
Can you give me an example of what
I will not sing to you right now without Georgie or Lisa doing it. No.
But is a mantra like a hum or like
it could be hum. There's different songs like Om Namo or...
so it's got words or it's just got noises?
There's like really short sentences, if you like.
Okay.
And some are just like Om stuff, yes.
Yeah, okay, noises.
But a couple of sessions, you would hold hands with someone and look into their eyes and sing to each other. It was just so intimate, but so beautiful because there was so much love in the room. I can't even explain it. Yeah, there was one other one where you actually had to put your hand on the other woman's chest. Well, I didn't know what to do with myself.
Chest? I mean, you do know that's somebody's tits, right?
Well, I did ask. I said, the particular woman I was with, I don't want to name anyone.
So did you
Where
not do it with...
I put my hand? And she just grabbed it and said, put it here.
Okay.
And we just had each other's hand on our chest. And not breast, chest.
Chest. No, that's
I wasn't playing with anyone's nipples. It's not that intimate.
Oh, well, I'm not going. Okay, never mind.
I knew something would stop you.
So let me just get this right. You were there with your wife, but you didn't actually do these exercises with her.
Actually, I didn't, no.
And that was your choice?
Do you know what? I think, and this is one other thing that was...
I'm not judging, Molly.
That was quite clear. As a gay person, if you go in somewhere and there's no other gays, it's just you and your wife, sometimes you might feel a bit uncomfortable, which I don't feel very uncomfortable, but I always worry, what are people going to think? We've got two lesbians here.
Yeah, they all fancy me.
Yeah, exactly. And, they're all beautiful, honestly, stunning women, inside and out, beautiful.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm not going there with any...
intentions.
I'm going there with my wife.
Right.
But obviously you think, how are they going to see us? And we naturally, Molly and I are quite close anyway, but we never
touchy-feely.
But we're not really all over each other all
not
the time.
In public. No.
We don't need to do that to prove each other that we love each other.
Yeah.
So we literally just fitted in. We pretty much did our own thing with different people and then got together, had a chat. But somehow we never really did any of that together.
And I think that shows you're in such a stable and safe relationship, because I think it would make other people feel uncomfortable if you had treated it like a couple retreat. because that's not what it was. Because none of those people were with their couples. It was about an individual retreat.
Exactly. That was my thinking. But me and Molly never spoke about it.
It just happened.
It just happened. It was natural.
I think that's great.
People at the end were saying how they think that our relationship is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Because we're just so like easy, and we are. It's easy love, and that's what it's about, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. Easy love, isn't that something a bit different? But no, your relationship with Molly feels easy. That's what it's about, because for you both, that was natural. I can imagine some couples, like, they would find it difficult to accept that you were chatting. You know, that woman you went for a walk with and giggling away.
Molly didn't even notice, probably. She was chatting to some other women.
Well, she wasn't, because
happily.
it was the inner day. She was trying to concentrate on
She
herself.
was making noises with some other women.
But you need a relate. I once said the problem with jealousy is that it destroys the trust in your relationship, because what you're saying is, I can imagine that you would put your need to be with someone else above our love, and that destroys it, right?
And this is what I'm so grateful for. Molly's more than happy to be like that, and so am I.
Brilliant.
It comes naturally to us, and it was perfect.
Good. So I'm so pleased that you are in such a wonderful place. I mean, I did go on holiday too, but it wasn't quite the same.
Was it not?
Well, it was Wales.
Yes. Oh, wet?
No, because we had this incredible heat wave here in the UK.
Yes, you did. So, but you had some issues, didn't you?
Well, yeah. My dog got attacked by a cat. I mean, it's not...
Your friend cat?
No, that's quite funny. Oh. No, not Cat the doctor. Cat the doctor's wonderful with Barney, but no, an actual cat. Right. And but it was all my fault, because we were staying at a friend's house who'd said they had a cat that didn't like dogs. But what happened was, and I didn't realise this, apparently cats are territorial. So although Barney didn't go anywhere near the cat saw Barney leaving the cat's house. Oh. And at that point, the cat came flying over, claws out, and attacked Barney. Barney was really brave and lay like in the fetal position, just going, yelping.
Oh, baby.
Oh, I know.
Such a baby, isn't he?
Such a baby. I thought by just moving his lead to one side, that would stop it. But all that happened is the cat followed him. So I had to pick the cat up, put him in the house, and then I checked Barney out, and I thought Barney was fine. But the next day, Barney refused to move. In fact, just sort of looked like, I'm dying, leave me here. Oh, God. I'll be okay.
Feeling sorry for himself?
Very sorry for himself. So we took him to the emergency vet, which is very expensive when you're not, well, A, it's a Sunday, and B, you're not in your own. Crap. Exactly. And he walked in like he was dying, because we made him walk so she could look. And she said, I think it's spinal. And then she sort of put his back paw backwards and he didn't move it. And she said, yeah, it's got to be spinal. And at that point, we're like, it's going to be an operation. And so, you know, Vicky's like, well, we're not going to Wales. We're going home. And it's all a trauma.
Oh, no.
And though luckily, we said, well, can you just do a blood test? Because it seems very strange that a 3-year-old dog suddenly has a back problem where he's had no... And as she went to pick him up to go to take him for the bloods... he yelped, and she said, can I shave him here and see? And when she shaved him, he had a puncture wound from the cat that had become infested, which I was so relieved to hear, because I'm like, oh, great.
So much less money.
Exactly. So a few antibiotics and a bit of pain relief, and he was back.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But it must have been a horrible couple of days.
Well, no, it was a wonderful couple of days other than that, because we actually went and did the Pride March.
Oh, you did?
That's why we were going up there.
Well, I remember this because just before that, you sent me a message and we were going to potentially do some pudding.
Yeah, we were trying, weren't we? Yeah.
And I thought, this was an option. So I sent it to you as an option, but you decided not to reply for quite a few days. And then I got a picture from Vicky of you at the Birmingham Pride. I'm like, but you gave me that as a date.
As when we could pod. Like, I have no idea what's going on in my diary.
Do that?
No. But fun. The reason she sent you the picture is because I wore my Lez-Come-Together t-shirt as I walked down. And we didn't just go to Pride, we were in the Pride March, which
nice.
I have never done. I've never actually been in the Pride March.
Okay.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, remember we used to run one of the local prides. So,
brilliant. Yeah. And so
it's awesome.
We walked through the centre of Birmingham, and honestly, there were sometimes 4 to 5 deep of people cheering and celebrating. And I had Isaac with me, and he was in front. And Isaac, like, we had to get up really early that day to get to the march in time. And we were actually marching on behalf of Wolverhampton Uni because my friend Helen is part of with the cat that's a psycho. She runs the LGBT group for Wolverhampton Uni. So Isaac's standing in front of me. We're walking down with the banners for the universities. There's loads of young people. And he had been so grumpy getting up early and he hadn't eaten. And instead of, just grumpy, teenage grumpiness. And so he's walking along to start with and it's really hot and he's sort of shoulders a bit down. And literally within about 5 minutes in, you start to see his flag wave and he's strutting it and he's dancing. And I'm like, how incredible is this? His first Pride, and all these people are cheering him, and this is his experience of what it's like to be gay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's. And I know people say, why do we need Pride? But how many times does Isaac feel, and even in this generation, that he's the only one at school, that all the other boys are like, well, you're a bit weird, and suddenly he's being cheered and hollered and, celebrated.
It must have just felt so good,
right? I was so like me and Vicky both looked at each other and there was a moment where we're like, oh, so good.
Yeah. And still every day, every year, people ask, why do we need Pride, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every year.
We need it because us as a community, and for years and years, people have been treated so badly and we've not been seen or visible. We've just been, made feel bad for who we are. Second class citizens,
Yeah, or invisible.
Invisible, yeah. So when you go to Pride, that all goes away. You just forget, don't you? You're there with your community and all of a sudden you're visible and loved.
And it wasn't just, honestly, you could tell on the streets, it wasn't just the community. It was straight people saying, yes, go on, celebrate this because it's important that your love matters too.
Yeah.
And the allies were just as important. Mm-hmm. And it was a thrill to be part of it. And I heard something today when people were talking about why Pride. It's like in the 80s, a gay person coming out, if they had a straight partner at that time, would have lost custody on the basis that they were gay. They would lose their children. And some people chose to still do that because they couldn't live that lie. And you've got people like sports people that came out in the 80s, and those are the only people that we have any sort of reference to being high profile and successful gay people. They lost all their sponsorship. I know you're not a big fan of Martina, but her and Billie Jean King lost all their sponsorship.
They have, yeah, because they came out gay. And Martina emigrated as well. And all of a sudden, no one wanted to know, and there was no money. So she actually had to make her own clothing.
It's still necessary we celebrate Pride because there's still people that feel they can't come out of that closet.
It's still illegal in over 60 countries. That's a lot of countries where it's illegal, where you want to go on holiday and you've got to be careful. And people ask me, why are you not going there? Because when I go on holiday with my wife, I don't want to have to be careful or lie. Do you know what I mean? I just want to be me. What about marriage? My marriage back home isn't recognised. Do you know what I mean? Like,
crazy.
Yes, we still need Pride because of all these things. It's important because we still don't have the rights. And how is that normal that all of us from LGBT community, whether it's lesbians, gays, trans people, don't have the same rights as people that are not part of that community? We are all just humans, right? Same rights.
Same rights, definitely. We have to keep celebrating. And particularly when you look at the moment, there is too many regions of the world where they're actually looking to change the rules in the opposite direction in terms of rights and making it just slightly a bit more uncomfortable for trans, etc. There is a slippery slope.
Yeah, it does feel like it keeps going backwards.
Yeah.
And that's not good. So more than ever, we still need Pride.
100%. So...
And how is it? Because I feel like when... Like I said to you, I'm going somewhere with people that I never met and whatever, and I worry at how they're going to see me, and they get to know me. And, I like to say they actually like me because I'm just a nice person. It doesn't matter whether I'm a woman, man, gay or not. If I'm a nice person, what the hell does it matter?
But you worried about that. You've just said you thought, how's it going to be?
Yeah. Yeah, because what if there's someone that particularly doesn't like gay people?
Right.
That could be really spicy.
And don't forget,
Well, in the wrong way.
yeah, and don't forget that was global, so people could come from anywhere. Which some cultures, it's different, right? So on that note, for us, it's really important we continue to celebrate.
Yep.
And that celebration is becoming more political right now. And that is needed because we've got to make sure these rights are...
Yeah, we've got to fight for us to be visible and safe and have the rights.
Yeah. Okay,
Simple as
now,
that.
we are doing why, but we always normally start with feedback. We've gone straight into yoga.
And we just done yay gay.
Yay gay. I love it. Yay gay. So let's go back to feedback. We'll come back to whys in a moment. How did you get any feedback from our last pod, Jana? This is the pod where I outed myself as a perv who stalks people. I remember.
Binoculars.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got something from your brother. Have you got it? Have you got
Yes.
it? What did he say?
Well, he said, intriguing. I want to know who in our street my sister was lusting after. Colin, I was early teens. I only wanted them to recognise me and talk to me. There was no lust, I can assure you. And he said his bet was on Lisa Ingledew. What about anyone else's? I explicitly said it wasn't Lisa Ingledew. Now,
you did, actually.
You may say she protests too much, but it really wasn't. The thing is, I didn't ever really fancy my very close friends.
Okay.
It was often people that I sort of got like, maybe they like me because I saw them smile at me once, and maybe they are too type feel to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's the worst thing is I don't even remember this person's name.
Oh.
They were a couple of years below me at school, but I can't tell you what her name was.
I just think it's funny that your brother finds out from your pod
Yeah.
what you really like, Joe.
Do you know, he did say that the other day. We were at a birthday party and one of my family said, how's the pod going? Which clearly shows they're not listening. And my brother said, I love it. I get to know loads that I didn't know before. So thanks, Cole. But he's got a question. And this is a very interesting question.
I didn't see that.
He said, you talked about IVF.
Oh, yes.
And I'm sure that lots of lesbian couples that want children are considering this. There was a story in The Guardian recently about reciprocal IVF. This is when one provides the eggs and the other one carries the baby. Did we consider this?
Yeah, I think I wanted to ask you this before because you didn't do that, did you?
No.
But I see a lot of gay couple women that do it. And what was your reasoning?
So I think this is equivalent to, gay men, sometimes they take the sperm of both of them, mix it together.
What?
When it comes to IVF, stay with me.
No.
No.
That
So
is
they
not a
put an
thing,
egg
surely.
into the Petri dish,
Yeah.
and then they add the sperm of both of them.
But
what? The idea being that only one sperm fertilizes the egg,
Yeah.
but there's equal chance.
Yeah, but it's never going to be both of theirs.
No, but this is the thing. It's like, it's if you need it to be biologically somehow connected to you both for it to be your child.
So by mixing the two...
Okay, maybe it's not relevant.
No.
But why didn't we feel that was necessary? Because the conversation Vicky and I did have very long, and another time Colin is going to find out a lot more than he has ever known, is would we ask Colin to provide sperm? As in, Isaac would be Colin's son, but Vicky's son too. And we really wrestled with that because
I know someone that did that, and
we wonderful Wendy and Denise.
Yes.
But for us, when we thought about it over and over, it wasn't what we wanted. We didn't want that Colin had any relationship with our son other than being his nephew.
Yeah.
And we didn't want Colin's wife, Gail, to feel any straight.
Yeah, it's
and it just
complicated.
And I didn't want Isaac to not understand that I'm his mum, but actually I'm his aunt. To us now, for some couples that
works,
totally works. So we did wrestle with that a bit. But what
interesting.
I came to terms with is I did not need Isaac to biologically have any part of me for him to be my son. That wasn't so. This thing where the one carries it, I feel then they need that, and that's okay too, right? But Vicky wanted to carry the baby. Vicky wanted to have a baby. I didn't have any of that biological need.
And you have no regrets? You're happy with that?
Yeah. The one thing that then happened, we had lots of issues getting pregnant a second time. And at one point, which we'll talk about this at some point, but Vicky had a pregnancy that went in a very wrong, and it meant she couldn't try again for at least a year.
Oh, gosh.
And at that point, no, it wasn't at that point. It was when we lost Lottie. Vicky had to have an emergency C-section. And because of the emergency C-section, she couldn't get pregnant again because they felt there was a risk to her life if she did. So, but we still had some eggs. So at that point, I did try IVF, and I did do all of the injections. And one of my nightmare moments is you have to inject yourself at a certain time every day. And I was traveling with work. And for some reason, I ran out of actual syringes. And I couldn't inject myself at the right time. And anyway, what do? I was thinking, do I try and swallow it, or do I?
Oh, my God.
But Vicky ran the clinic, and they said, look, missing it one day is probably okay. I didn't fall pregnant anyway. And so, it is what it is. But yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay.
So Colin knows a lot more than he thought.
Yeah.
But we didn't ask him, because I know if I had have asked him, he would have said, of course.
Yeah.
But it was about whether that was something we wanted, and we decided no in the end.
Okay, fair enough. Interesting.
So, good question, Coco.
Yeah, thank you, Colin. I don't even know what I follow that with.
Well, I was going to ask you about... so I got some feedback... Well, I didn't get a lot of feedback from the overachiever. Sarah from work, who I said... I asked her some feedback, and she said, I'm really sorry, I can't at the moment because I've just been promoted to a global role.
Definitely
I was like, brilliant. You're so overachieving. All the best with the new role. We're very excited, but do keep the feedback coming.
Would have. I had a couple of people reach out. One of our friends, Claire, says, hope I had a lovely time away. Listened to the latest pod, and it was good as it always is.
Yes, Claire.
She did say, sorry to hear you've been having a difficult time, and well done for being honest and not pretending. And yeah, I couldn't do that if I tried. I'm not very good at pretending, am I? So yeah, that was me. And she couldn't believe that I sent an email to our own inbox.
I know.
The hate mail. I know. I'm still embarrassed about that.
So you should be.
Sam probably listened 2 or 3 times.
Good one, Sam, of course.
Waiting for the new one. Very, very jealous of the retreat. She saw the pictures, and come, Sam. It'll be amazing. More lesbians, she'll be great.
Make noises with Jana. I think it could turn into a very different retreat, people. Anyway, moving on.
She said for the pod, she would love to hear any short mini interviews.
I've had a few people say this, that we should interview.
She liked it when Molly and Vicky were involved.
Do you think they're bored of us?
It just gives an interesting dynamic. Are we not dynamic enough?
Interesting or dynamic? I would love to, I was saying my friend who's come out in her late 50s, I would love to get her on. So let's see if we can arrange that.
So here's the thing. Maybe this is Sam saying she wants to come and be interviewed. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I think. Ooh, okay. We'll ask Sam. Sam, let us know.
Well, I got told off by Bushy, my wonderful friend Bushy, who, when we were talking about my friend that's come out in her late 50s, I made the comment that she's having a tete-a-tete at the moment with somebody 20 years younger. And we said, well, that could be a bit of fun, but could it work long term? Bushy reminded me that her and Lou, who've been happily together now for, it must be at least 15 years. No, more than that, 20 years. There's a 20-year age gap. Bushy's 20 years old.
You didn't know this, or you just?
I did know this, but the problem is Bushy's mental age is so young. It's difficult to remember that she's more mature than the rest of us.
So you've been told, girl.
Yeah. So I apologise, Bushy. Apparently she laughed.
I did have a feedback for our pod and what we do from someone at work, and I would like to probably read this. I've read it a couple of times and I cried every time, so I'm going to try to be strong this time. So this is someone I work with, and as you know, the job I do is really difficult, and we do deal with some very traumatic stuff.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons why I felt so low last time we put it. It wasn't the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I dealt with 2 fatalities in 1 week on the railway, and one of them was a young person. So yeah, it's rough a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I'd like to say, as much as company tries, it's still not brilliant with welfare. So they're working on things, and things are getting better, but it's not there yet. So this person wanted to share this with me. They had a very shit day, and they were listening to the podcast, as they do sometimes, driving between the jobs. They got called to second fatality of the week, and they didn't want to go into details, but it was very dark. I know this. I remember this feeling. At the moment, I work as a unit, so I've got a police officer with me, so I'm never on my own. But as a mobile operations manager, you get in the van, and there's no one. Everyone disappears, and you are driving back on your own into the cold, empty depot to get changed and lock up and to go home, where really you should probably be going somewhere to have a chat and a cup of tea with someone. I might be as hard as nails, big, tough, straight guy, but we also have emotions and we have empathy. And what he did is he got back in the vehicle, switched the podcast back on to do the drive home, and even though he was feeling low, it was like having 2 friends in the cab, listening to Joe doing her newscaster voice and doing the news and then the gay jokes, where Joe actually apparently beat me.
Yes.
He really loved that joke. Unfortunately, he doesn't know anything about Pokemon, so my joke was pretty shit. But thank you, he says, and this is how the pod helped him that day.
And honestly, this is why we do this, to give some people some relief. And I know Jana read that to me earlier, and it caught both of us, because we cannot for a moment imagine, well, Jana can, unfortunately, how you were feeling. But if that gave you any sense that someone was giving you a virtual cuddle, because that's exactly what you deserve, doing the job you guys could do, thank you, thank you, thank you, because someone's got to do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, this year has been particularly bad. It really has. We are literally, like, when I started my career as an MOM, in first 3 years, I dealt with 1 fatality. Now, this year alone, probably 6 or 7.
That's awful.
In a few months.
And he's saying 2 in a week.
Yeah, it's
Hideous.
It is hideous. And yes, this is part of our job, but
if the trains don't run, it affects everybody, but it has to be dealt with dignity and carefully. And thank God you guys are there to do that. I'm sorry if you've heard that scratching at the door. Barney is desperate to get in because he finds this the most fascinating pod of the week.
He's the biggest fan.
He's the biggest fan. I think
talking
maybe
about biggest fans.
Yeah.
There's been all sorts of arguments. So my friend Nicola.
Yeah.
She sees herself as quite a big fan, and she is. She listens to them and whatever. Her boyfriend Dan's trying to squeeze in there, saying he's the top fan. However, she revealed to me he doesn't listen to them. He only gets what she tells him. So it's not good enough. Dan, if you want to be one of the top fans, you need to listen.
It's true. And Nicola told us that actually we're 100% right about this dating lark. Online dating, she said, is shite.
Yeah.
And I have a bit more insight, actually, because when I was visiting my mate, she does online dating. And do you know what's happened? What lesbians have now done?
What have they done?
Well, what used to be the case for lesbians, right, is that they met on their first date and by date 2, they'd moved in. Now what's happening...
U-Haul, yeah.
Yeah, U-Haul. That's what it was all about. Now what's happening is these online dating, right, you send each other messages. So they've got into this weird cycle that they basically, within a week of messaging each other, they're sharing their life story. Ooh. But it's almost got to the point where they share their whole life story but don't actually ever meet.
That's weird. So really, you're just talking to a keyboard.
Yeah.
You don't know who everything. They are. Yeah. Wow.
And honestly, stop it, lesbians. Because yes, you're an emotional being, but actually get to meet this person and see if there's a connection before you share your love and all your deepest thoughts and desires.
Yeah, a bit like you right now. You're playing footsie with me there,
Oh.
but we know each other, so it's okay.
Yeah. But this whole thing about sharing everything before you've ever met, stop it.
Stop it right now.
Yeah. Right. So I think we should probably do the news because we've done.
Oh, we've got news as well.
Yeah.
Well, we had a yikes moment, and we've got a good one that you've got to share.
A yikes moment.
Oh, what did I say? Yikes.
Yeah, well, yes. Yikes, yeeks. My yikes moment was when Barney got attacked by the cat. It was oh my God. But you sent me one which I thought was hilarious. Many years ago, on my way home from a late shift, I sent my husband a text message along the lines of, I'm on my way home. Get yourself ready because I am up for a bit of sex. You are when I get back. There's lots of things I'd like to do to you. Can you think of things to do to me? 45 minutes later, when she walked through the door, she was mortified to see her husband sitting on the sofa watching TV in his scruffy clothes, and he'd clearly made no attempt to prepare for her arrival. She then said to him, "Did you get my message?" Which he replied, "No, what message?" And it was at that point she checked her phone properly, and she had inadvertently sent the message to his brother, who has the same initial and surname as her husband. Mortified, her husband thought it was really funny, but her brother-in-law less so, as they've never been able to keep eye contact ever since.
Oh dear, this is a proper
Yikes moment.
It is.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry, Claire. You said we can name and shame.
Oh my God, Claire. Oh,
I'm so
bless
sorry
you.
this happened to you. But I mean, we're laughing. It's hilarious. But you must have felt like a right tit. Bless you.
I think it's really positive. The fact you and your husband are communicating about, let's spend some time together. I don't think there's anything to be embarrassed about there. It's just a shame the brother-in-law obviously got all excited under the collar. No, I'm not saying that. That's ridiculous. I'll cut that out.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
we really, really appreciate it.
Do you have a yikes moment, Jana?
I don't really, because I just can't remember them because they are so awkward. I just want to forget them.
Yeah.
No. I mean, there could be, there's some I just can't even share.
I have one more. I remember I was having a medical when I was going to Camp Boona. This is, tennis camp when you're 20. And
long time ago.
Long time ago. And I was with this very young doctor, and it was male, so I was already a bit awkward about it all. And he asked me if I could take my bra off so he could listen to my chest.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm not sure they do that anymore. But I took my bra off, and everything obviously hangs out. Anyway, he listened to my chest, and then he said, "Please put your bra back on." So I'm fiddling with it at the back, and it won't go back on. And I'm like trying to act cool because I'm not cool, and it feels so weird and awkward.
Oh, no.
So I just I said, "Okay, yeah, fine." But I hadn't clicked it, and I thought it'd be fine. He said, "Okay, could you reach down and touch your toes?" So I reached down, and obviously my bra falls completely on the floor.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm now topless again in the doctor's office. He's going to think I'm trying to make a play for him. I'm clearly not. So that was a yikes moment.
I love that, mate.
But my friend Tracy has an even better one.
Oh, yeah?
She had a bad knee. Anyway, she went to the doctors and it was a specialist, and she'd gone to him. She went regularly, and she knows that what he then does is a bit of manipulation, and she has to does. So she went, but she had forgotten that she was going straight after a lunch date. And her lunch date, she'd worn a very nice pair of leggings with a G-string on.
Oh, no.
So she went to her doctor's
G-string
appointment.
over the leggings?
No, underneath.
Okay.
But the doctor was like, "Okay, can you take your trousers off?" Because that always happens. But she would normally wear some very decent big pants.
Oh.
She was wearing her G-string.
No.
Anyway, whereas the doctor would normally do a bit of manipulation and that's it. Suddenly he's asking her to get on all fours and lift her leg like a dog.
No.
Yes, that happened.
Absolutely no way.
It happened, and honestly, we all that's not even an assessment.
No.
That's just weird.
Well, I'm worried about that.
Yeah. We did laugh, though. Nothing else happened.
Did you ever wear a G-string?
Yeah, I think I did once or twice.
Yeah, I think I did.
But I mean,
Why?
once or twice because it was so
What is
uncomfortable.
the point of it?
I mean, the point is obvious, right? It's to stop you having visible pant line. But isn't that based saying to people, "Oh, look, I've got no pants on"? That's just horrible.
Yeah,
I
and
have
then
got
it all
pants on.
jiggles.
Yeah, and
I feel like pants hold your arse together over it,
Right.
right?
And also, the whole idea is the pant is the hygiene between you and the trousers. A G-string's not offering much
No,
hygiene.
there's nothing. It's a string
Exactly.
that just cuts.
It's chaffing. It's flossing your privates. Let's be honest. That's all it's doing.
Let's not talk about flossing, and I do that
because
3 times a
yeah.
day.
But you're such a better place about this Invisalign than
Oh
you
yeah,
were.
I forget I have them, to be honest.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And-
Obstacles,
Over it.
over it.
So yeah, yikes moments, people. Don't be sending us too many like Tracy's. That's horrible. That was the person with the G-string.
Oh yeah.
So, news now?
Are we doing the news today, or are
Yes,
we
we've
too
got
far?
lots of very important news. We've got to do the
Let's
news.
do it. Go.
Have you got a jingle?
Oh freaking egg! And now for some news.
Welcome to the gay news with Jana and Jo.
I think Joe mostly. I have nothing.
Wow.
So go ahead, darling.
So it was very exciting because they finally have done this consultation that we talked about a year ago on the pod. Because you'll remember there was this ruling that came out where they decided that the Equality Acts, when it says sex, it means biological sex. And from that came this ridiculousness that we talked about,
Yeah.
where police were starting to
Strip search problems
with
like,
men
yeah.
switch searching trans women and
Yeah.
right. So the interpretation basically came back and said it cannot change that ruling. But what everybody has forgotten is that just because this law says that sex means biological sex, there is other law that clearly protects trans rights. So what we had, Supreme Court had ruled that when we talk about sex in the Equality Act 2010, it means biological sex, which obviously then means when people have policies that say single sex spaces, you can then say a trans woman cannot go into a woman's space.
Yeah.
But this makes it very clear that even though that is the case from the definition of sex, trans people are still protected under
Gender reassignment.
right. There's a Gender Recognition Act 2004 and an Equality Act 2010 that recognises gender reassignment as meaning that they have rights as trans women, trans men. That means that a company, although if they have a policy about single sex, they have to have also think about a policy for trans, but they can also get by all of this by just having inclusive policies that don't use the term sex. And then as long as they do that, then we've got exactly the same rights as we had before, which is where we wanted to be. As you know, we didn't want to be, well, me and you didn't want that there would be any difference between a woman and a trans woman.
Yeah, okay, so slightly positive there, like
Yeah.
good, but the damage has been done.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the problem. That past year and a half, has it been?
And it waited too long to get it
Oh my
clarified.
God, it's caused so much pain and
Yeah.
hurt and trans people's mental health. Honestly, I know quite a few. It's not good.
Well, and
this
let's
is going to
be-
take years of building it up.
Exactly. And this is this whole thing about pride. And it's reinforced by such negativity we're hearing in the press, on the news, and add to it all of the other countries like America, etc., that's taking rights away. You know, it's really happening.
And how, unless it's enforced, which in some big companies it will be, this is the addition, you need to read this, you need to act in line with this. Most of people are just going to go with what they heard a year and a half ago and treat it that way.
Yeah, well, because
Do you
that
know what I
got
mean?
much more publicity.
Yeah.
This has got hardly any. No one's here. So, yeah. But at least it is giving companies who wanted to be inclusive the ability to be so. So let's see that as a positive.
Yeah.
As a negative, it's obviously Pride Month. We talked about it, why it's so important. But there is clearly corporate pullbacks from sponsoring Pride. And it feels like this is coming a lot out of the States and this sort of almost negativity about inclusion. It's really affecting Pride events. A lot of them can't afford to run anymore. Even big cities like New York, Boston, Orlando, they are all being hit with funding topics.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so that's no good. And then one more negative, bloody Russia.
You better have some positives after this.
Okay. Do actually. I have one that I think is pretty impressive. But Russia has banned multiple LGBTQ plus support groups as extremist, which means it effectively criminalises the network and the support and the advocacy it offered.
Well done, Russia.
Yeah, exactly. But China,
dear.
this is not been widely reported, but is really significant because the top court has clarified that discrimination based on sexual orientation can be illegal in some context, at least giving people some basis. So that is a really important thing. So, yeah, it's not all good. That's why we need the Pride Month. We've got obviously some relief in places, but generally it feels like we've got to fight more, and we've got to make sure that everybody fights with us, allies and all.
Yes, exactly that. Well, I feel like we need something positive after that. Jokes.
I got a joke.
Did you? Wow, you're on
Wait,
fire
can you have the
today.
end of the news? Got the end of the news?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, come on,
You're
people.
gonna sack me.
Yeah. Super. Right. So, on a lighter note, let's have some gay jokes.
You actually have a gay joke.
I do. I have a few, but I didn't understand one of them. So, can you explain this one
I
to me?
can try, babe.
What do you call a crazy lesbian?
Joe.
Ooh, ouch. Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Why is that funny?
Oh, this must be American. Isn't Fruit Loop American cereal?
Well, it is, but what's it got to do with lesbians?
It's not very funny.
Where do lesbians stay on vacation? A lesbian.
Lesbian. I love that. I actually have stayed in a lesbian.
Have you?
We booked once when we went to our very first holiday in Scotland with Molly. We booked this B&B on cliff overlooking Isle of Skye. And the booking was Jenny and Chris. So stupidly we assumed it's a couple. And it was a
straight
couple.
Yeah.
It was a couple, but it was a lesbian couple, Chris and Jenny. And there were two lovely lesbian ladies that run a little B&B with a little farm attached to it. It was beautiful.
A lesbian.
Lesbian.
No way. So this one I quite like too.
Oh, how many jokes are you doing?
It's like at the top 100. But there's a lot that I wouldn't bother reading. What won't a lesbian take?
Dictation.
You ruined that. Dictation, people. Yes. She read it. I'm not going to let her read anymore.
I couldn't get it. Right, darling, 3 jokes. I mean, that's enough.
It's enough.
We need
What
to
chocolate won't a lesbian eat?
Nuts.
One containing nuts.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, the shit. Carry on. What your joke? Come
Right,
on.
I have to because these actually been given to me by people.
Oh.
Okay.
We can edit mine out.
So I was having my tattoo done with wonderful Izzy, and I'm on the bed, as you do, with my leg out. She's causing all the pain.
Making noises.
Yeah, making noises. She's
As you
causing
do.
all the pain she can. And my phone rings. And it's lovely Sam. Hello, Sam. It's like, you're right, can you talk? I'm in a little bit of pain, but of course I always have time to talk to you. Oh, good, because I've got a joke for you. It's not a lesbian joke.
Ah.
I know, but
Don't worry, Sam, because I didn't have many.
it is quite funny.
Okay,
and she
let's
knows
try
I
this.
love gym. So here's the joke. Why did the chicken go to the gym?
I don't know. Why did the chicken go to the gym?
To work on its pecs.
Oh, yeah, pecs. As in nose pecs. Wow, Sam.
so-
Did you not laugh? While
I
you
did,
having
I
your
did actually laugh,
Okay.
and it helped with the pain. So, Sam, thank you for calling me with that joke. Next time, try harder, make it a lesbian one.
Yes,
Thank you.
Sam.
While I was there being tattooed by Izzy, who's a lesbian, she offered me a lesbian joke.
Oh.
Are you ready for this?
I am.
I mean, this is Izzy. What do 2 lesbians do when they're both on their period?
Watch a movie or read a book.
Finger painting.
Oh, Izzy. Oh, dear. On that note, I think we should call it a day.
I'm sorry. Do you know, I was going to forward this pod to all the ladies I was on a retreat.
No, don't. They won't come next year.
I know. I'm scared. Maybe we'll just take some of this stuff out.
No. Right then, on that note, Ayana, we've talked for hours. It's so good catching up with you. We're finding it harder and harder to get time together because we both have very busy lives. But we will find the time because if it helps one of you on that dark place driving home, then it's good enough for me.
Beautifully said. Remember, it is Pride Month. It exists because for a long time, LGBTQ people weren't allowed to be visible or safe. 1 month of celebration helps balance out generations of silence, and it reminds us to keep moving forward together.
Let's stay together, people. See you next time. And keep the comments, please. Your feedback's so important to us. Lez-Come-Together @gmail.com. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Namaste.
Oh, my God.